T gang, man, and we back with our countdown to Halloween, man. So without wasting any more time, run the intro.
I go where I want and I do what I want. My belt match the kicks. Don't you go bun.
T gang, man, and we back with another one, man. This one's gonna be three true scary stories with actual footage on our Halloween countdown. So we gonna get straight into it, man, without wasting no time. So let's go. Ooh. With footage, so you know it's gonna be lit.
This happened last October, close to Halloween. My parents and brother were making the trip from Florida to Tennessee to help my grandmother move into our house. They wouldn't be back for a few days. Naturally, I thought it would be nice to have the house to myself for a couple days instead of traveling for hours in a car.
Man, we all know what it's like when your parents leave out of town for a little bit and you're like, oh, I get the whole house. Oh, it's looking like risky business with Tom Cruise. You just slide on.
On the second night of enjoying the alone time in my house, my heart dropped when I heard almost what sounded like a hand slap against my bedroom window. My house is one story in a rural area with few neighbors. After ruling out any animals or natural ways this could have happened, I decided to take a look for myself. So I moved the blinds to see if I could get a look at anyone running, hoping it was just a prank. I was almost annoyed to see no one, but what happened next made the situation go from confusing to frightening. When I started to hear the doorknob to the door being forcefully shaken and twisted, causing almost a bang at the door. And because of this, my dog started barking loudly, increasing my adrenaline in the situation.
Oh no, let me know what you guys would do in the comments in that situation. Me personally, I'm freaked out. Like my dog barking too. Yeah, me and the dog is really best friends that day. Yeah. Come here, Lassie. You with me today? Yo. All right, first thoughts. Let me know in the comments. But my first thoughts: are you guys thinking supernatural or an actual physical manifestation of somebody doing this? Let me know in the comments.
Thinking it could still just possibly be a prank by one of my few friends I knew I was alone, I began recording a video on Snapchat to send to my friends so that I could maybe confirm it was one of them. The first video starts with me standing a few feet back from the door to see if I could record it being moved again, and eventually I try to record outside the glass doors. The video ends when I'm terrified to hear behind me that my screened-in patio back door was just forced open.
Oh
Before I can
nah.
even turn around, my phone drops to the floor. I sent the first video to my three friends. Whoever this was behind my house still couldn't get inside, but it was freaking me out knowing they
Oh
weren't crazy.
no. My question is though, like, why didn't he call like law enforcement or his parents or anybody, like a neighbor or one of those neighbors that are, you know what I mean? Like he made a video for Snapchat.
Try. I wait a few minutes, and two of my friends send snaps from their homes, claiming their innocence and asking to keep them updated. Still a little freaked out, I realized my last friend Logan had opened the snap but didn't respond, which
Mm.
ironically would be the one person out of my group to try something like this. Feeling more confident it was Logan, I decided to start a new video with flash on, try to take a look from the backyard if there was anyone in the open grass yard.
He didn't even use flash yet. That's kind of funny. I wouldn't open that door. That's not. Isn't this like every scary movie? Like they always say, black people like are commenting on. Like they always say, "Don't open the door. Don't run upstairs." What are you doing? You're over the door. Shaniqua might have been right in the movie theater. Ooh, this is crazy. What is it?
After making sure the front door was locked, I walked out hoping Logan would pop out to try and scare me.
Right.
I checked behind some bushes and scrap wood on the side of my house.
Not smart.
Instead, I was greeted with just darkness and quiet. Only after 15 seconds of walking outside, I was immediately uncomfortable with the situation I was putting myself in.
You should be.
My fears got the better of me, and I decided to just go.
He said, I felt uncomfortable. That was probably the smartest thing I've heard in this story. Let me know in the comments. That was, yeah.
inside. I stop the video and return to my living room. Logan finally responds to my snap, causing my breathing to halt when I see a picture of him in bed with his girlfriend saying, "What the fuck, bro? Call the cops." I immediately call 911.
So it turns out your jokester friend, the one who you thought would do it, was the smart friend as well. Don't call him the jokester friend, call him the smart friend.
And make sure no windows or doors could be
For
unlocked.
real.
I was advised to keep all doors locked and to call back if I hear any more forceful entry noises. It was only days later that I would rewatch the saved videos to find a creepy black figure watching me behind my tool shed while I searched behind the scrap wood and bushes, almost
What?
looking like they were deciding to attack me or not.
What? What? What?
Seeing it for the first time, and even now, makes me want to throw up from fear.
What?
Nothing has happened since, but I still wonder how someone knew I was alone that day, and what could have
What?
happened had I made eye contact with the figure watching from the corner of that shed.
You could have been ended. Whoa, that's crazy, y'all. Gang, let me know what's up with that in the comments, man. Because, like I said, all that not calling law enforcement and going out to investigate, that was not the smart idea, big dog. I'm sorry, my boy. But let's get with the next one, man. Paolo. If I said that wrong, let me know.
I'm a 17-year-old boy living in a small neighborhood in the Midwest of the United States.
Okay.
The neighborhood
17.
I live in is a tight-knit community, one where everyone knows each other and is usually friendly towards one another. My street is a small cul-de-sac with 3 houses on each side and one at the end.
Okay.
The cul-de-sac itself rests on a small hill. At the bottom is a lake surrounded by forest and other houses.
That's all kind of nice.
It's not a very dense forest.
They got an Airbnb over there. That sounds kind of nice. Got a little cul-de-sac at the end, down. It's uphill. So downhill is a little lake. That sounds kind of cool.
It's far away from any densely populated city.
Yeah, it sounds
gets
like
very
it.
quiet at night, with the exception of some dogs barking, a late-night driver, and on rare occurrences, you can hear a coyote in the distance. One night at around 2 a.m., both my mother and older brother, whom I live with, were off in their respective rooms, either sleeping or just keeping to themselves. I too was about to go to sleep, and at the time was just resting and watching a YouTube video in bed. A few videos in, I heard a
Hey,
strange sound
watching a
coming
YouTube
from
video.
across my room. It was a sort of soft thud, as if someone had lightly tapped the wall across from my bed. I wasn't alarmed when I first heard it, figuring it was my cat Spot coming to sleep at the foot of my bed. I sat up to see what he was doing, but he was nowhere to be found. In fact, there was nothing in my room that was out of place or that could even make such a noise. However, I didn't hear the noise again.
That's got to be creepy, man. Like, let me know in the comments. Like, what are you guys doing when you guys hear like reaction? Or sorry, things like that. Like, what's your reaction? Like me personally, like at 17 years old, I didn't have an animal or a pet. But I would have tried to, I don't know, grab a bat. Like I played baseball back then, so I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys would do. That's too creepy for me. I don't know.
I went back to YouTube, and after a while, completely forgot that it even happened. That was until I heard
YouTube almost
another
got you messed
noise.
up.
Unfortunately for me, this noise was not a quiet thud or tapping sound. It was much more unsettling. Coming from outside, in the direction of the lake, I heard loud screeching sounds. I thought it might have been some kind of animal, but it sounded eerily similar to a child crying, or maybe even screaming.
Yo,
I opened my window
that's
to get a
wild.
better listen to what I was hearing, and took a recording to show my friend. By this point, I was starting to get a bit freaked out, so I went to my brother's room to see if he heard it too.
Right.
I was hoping that maybe it was all in my head, and that I was just tired. No, he heard it too.
Okay.
The friend I sent the recording to agreed it was creepy. It sounded like either an animal in pain or a crying kid.
Okay.
The more I thought about it, the creepier it became. If it was an animal in pain, why haven't I ever heard a sound even remotely similar to this in the many years I've lived in this house?
I mean, it's animals. I mean, I can answer that question. That's pretty simple. Like, sometimes you just don't hear animals. Sometimes you're busy. Maybe he was listening to another video loud the other night. Um, there's lots of animals around us that we do not know, and that's another video for another day. Let me know in the comments why you think he didn't hear it.
It didn't sound even remotely similar to a fox, coyote.
Yeah, I mean, let me know in the comments. It sounded like regular outside noises to me. I don't know. You gotta let me know. I don't know.
or any animals I know about, and this forest isn't big enough for an animal much bigger than that. And if it was a child, why was it alone, screaming and crying in the
I didn't
woods in
hear
the
a
middle of
child.
the
I don't
night?
know.
And there was that thud that I heard from earlier that night. Is that somehow connected, or is it simply a coincidence that I heard two creepy sounds in the matter of minutes? I haven't heard any kind of noises like that since. By that, I am glad. But to this day,
I would be.
it still creeps me out that none of us could truly figure out what could have created those sounds.
Yeah, that was creepy. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I thought kind of maybe his imagination might have ran off with him. It didn't really sound too creepy. But maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Let's go for the next one. Okay, Peter Carpenter.
I live in an apartment in a two-family house.
Okay.
I'm on the lower level. The owner of the house, Rob, lives upstairs sometimes, but he has multiple houses, so he's not really here that often. Rob and I are
Okay.
pretty much friends by this point, so he tells me when he's going to be gone for extended periods of time. During the time of this story, Rob had told me he'd be gone for 2 weeks out of state. He told me this so that I would know that I could put both my cars in the driveway. I spend a lot of my nights in the living room reading. My level of the house has access to the back door and the deck outside,
Oh,
so
that's
you can
lit.
probably guess where this story's going. I was reading my
The
book
deck
on
or
the
the
couch in the
backyard.
living room by the lamp. Complete silence in the room, aside from the night crickets outside. Just the way I liked it. When bang.
And nothing's wrong with that. Like, probably like what we're doing right now. You're sitting by yourself, by the fireplace, hearing a good story. You know what I'm saying? He's reading a good story, but we're hearing one, watching one. But yeah, with the whole vibe, yeah.
There was quite literally a bang on the glass of the sliding back door. I obviously jumped out of my skin.
For sure.
That door led to the backyard. Nobody should ever be back there knocking on it.
For sure.
I wondered if maybe Rob had returned early, but that didn't seem likely. It was just one distinct bang, though. It could have been a fox or a possum running into it by accident. Still, I got up to go check it out. I moved the sliding blind out of the way of the door and turned on the deck light. The deck was clear, though, as I thought it would be. I live in the calmest town ever anyway. Break-ins are never heard of here. I closed the blind on the door again, though, just because I do get a little uncomfortable with the idea in the back of my head that someone's outside in the dark just watching me. I
Yeah,
think that's a pretty normal feeling. A while passed.
that's extremely normal. Let me know in the comments. You're a grown man sitting in your house and you just hear that, and nobody's supposed to have entry to that area whatsoever. I didn't hear him call the other dude. I think his name was Mark. He ain't call him. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, man. I don't know. Let me
I
know.
finished a whole nother chapter in my book when it happened again. This time, though, it wasn't just
Oh, he went back to reading. Oh, he felt good. Okay. It must not have been as he went back to read.
bang. It was a bunch of deliberate knocks or bangs on the glass. It had to be a person. It went on for a bit. So I turned off the lamp, and this is where I picked up my phone and started recording.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Oh, hell nah. I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, bro. I thought he was lightweight, like the other dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? This one's nah. Somebody back there. You gotta, figure that out.
As I opened the blind and flicked on the light to the deck, the noises stopped, and there wasn't a single person in sight, not even an animal. I looked over the edge of the deck.
Is anybody thinking Supernatural? Not the TV show.
To see if maybe someone jumped over the railing. Nope, nothing. I didn't stay outside for long. I couldn't lock that door quick enough when I went back inside.
I feel it.
I just went to my bed.
You said I can't lock the door quick enough. What? And I'm getting deadbolts tomorrow morning. What? But if it's Supernatural though, like, I don't think that's gonna work.
And shut the door and laid in my bed. I didn't know what the hell I had just witnessed outside. How there could be knocks at the door 1 second and nobody
And
there
nothing.
the next second.
Not a footprint,
I was
nothing.
calling it a night. I wasn't planning on leaving my room again after that.
Let me know if y'all could go to sleep after that. Like, I don't know. I'd be awake a little bit. Me
I
personally.
browsed Instagram and YouTube for a while on my phone, then turned it off and tried to go to sleep. Silence for the longest time. And then right at the foot of my bed, there was a noise.
The foot of
The
your
sound
bed.
of someone exhaling. I screamed and dove for the light switch.
For
When the light turned
Can you okay? Let me know in the comments. Can you imagine just be asleep and you hear at the foot of your bed? No, no, that's wild, boy. It's instant tweak mode. Like it's
My
up,
room
it's
was
up,
empty.
it's up,
I stood paralyzed, breathing heavily for a moment,
up.
trying to comprehend what just happened. I searched under the bed and the closet, but there wasn't a soul in my room.
Nah,
I know what I heard though. It wasn't in my head, just like the door wasn't in my head. I slept in the living room after that, though I didn't feel much safer in there, fearing I'd hear bangs at the
for
back door again.
sure. That boy said I slept in the living room after that. He tweaking. I'd have been like, and the rest of the story would have ended with me at the Motel 6 or the Hyatt, or like I would not have been in that house. Like I got, he had two cars. I got that car, but somewhere else, telling the story from a distance.
It was a relatively sleepless night for me. Rob told me he's never experienced anything like this, and he couldn't think of anyone who might have wanted to target him for anything. I never had believed in anything paranormal until that night.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had any experiences that intense ever since, though.
Man, that's crazy. All right, man. NT gang, man. We back with another one with our countdown to Halloween, man. So let me know in the comments if you like that one. We're gonna get with another one, man. I'll see y'all again tomorrow.